Oh boy, where do I start there? So, when we were all kids, we believed that New York City is the best city in America. And it's been featured in Home Alone, Escape from New York, blah, 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 all the familiar stuff, and including the Avengers, by the way. And this was New York City at its peak. But in recent times, progressive politics has ruined the city, and it's a former of its shadow self. Because the glory days are behind them now. What's left of it is a dystopia. And you know, it's kind of wild to actually see it this way in today's America. Because when I was a kid, I've always wanted to go to New York City. Yeah, it was expensive at the time, but it wasn't so much of a shithole that it is now. Good grief, man. I mean, where were the days that we could actually say that we love New York? And now, tomorrow, at the time that this video gets released, November 4th, it's election day. Oh boy. It is an absolute catastrophe when you think about it. You see, you have three candidates: Curtis Sliwa, Andrew Cuomo, and Zoran Mondani. And one of these three mayors could be your next mayor in New York City. I mean, holy shit, dude. It is just mind-boggling. And I don't know what to say to you, but it is just a wild card. It is so wild that it's become a third world shithole. And it really shouldn't be this way, but now it totally is. Because as an American, I'm very disappointed in the leadership in New York. And I have to say to you, if I were a citizen of New York City, get your ass out of the sand and actually help your people. I mean, seriously, I could say the same thing about Canada. It's going in a similar direction. But I think, in my honest opinion, no matter what your views are, you have to put your people first. Because it's getting ridiculous, and it's getting to the point of no return. And honestly, even Tim Pool admits this. Even he knows that there will be a point of no return after the killing of Charlie Kirk. Gosh, man. The leftist of today is more violent than its predecessor. Yeah, even more violent than the Bolshevik communist. Or I guess similar. But in all reality, New York has become Canada Junior. Technically, Minnesota beat them to it first, but then it followed up. What I'm trying to say is, we gotta stop endorsing these progressive politics. It has to stop. Because it's getting to the point that it's gonna turn into idiocracy, like the movie. You know what I'm talking about? The movie? It's becoming reality. And it's just totally scary. But the truth is, I think it's already there, and it's probably too late. But is it really too late? Not really. Because when you think about it, a lot of people are thinking about escaping from New York. Movie reference, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen clips of it, but I haven't seen the whole movie. But I recommend you actually do your research on that and maybe watch the movie if you have time. Oh boy. Where do I start from there? It is just mind-boggling. I mean, holy shit, dude. What has New York become? It's supposed to be a city on a shining hill. Now it's just a city of the lost generation. And I'm not referring to the World War I veterans. I'm referring to the city in its current form compared to its past. Now it's fallen into grace. It is such a wild time when you think about it. It is so wild. It is just so wild of what New York has become. It is just wild. It's wild to see from its best to its worst, which is currently today. It is so wild. I mean, 9/11 happened almost 25 years ago, and yet we elected a progressive, unvetted Muslim named Zohar Madani. It's like New York City has forgotten what it's fighting against. Similar to London, Berlin, Netherlands. What else am I thinking of? Ireland? Am I missing something? Probably not, but that's just the list in my head. Anyways, I got a lot of things on my chest that I want to talk about in this video. This is literally my third video right now, and it's walking in nature. You see, the truth about New York City is that it was never meant to have this many people. Never was to begin with. You think any major city is gonna hold unvetted immigration for that long? The answer is no. And why is that? It's because a city is supposed to protect its citizens, not unvetted criminals that live in their shitholes. Yes, you heard that right. I just summarized Western Europe in one word: third world shitholes. I guess Balkans Europe is somewhat similar, but no offense, it's the truth. And that's what parts of America has become. And I did mention Canada in the last video, which I recommend you check it out before you go into this next video in a full detail. But without question, New York City used to be the best city in America. For like, how many years? I would say for many decades, but don't get me wrong, it is what it is. And you can't really get upset because you can't get really upset about someone winning in their city, because it's inevitable. Someone's gonna win. I would say probably about like 75 to 85% of the time he will win New York. There is no question about it, because it's been a Democrat city for how many decades? Let's just say 5 decades at best, maybe less. But listen, I didn't look into the history of New York City politics. I just used what I know about New York, and that's all I know. But what I do know, it's the same state that had prosecuted Donald Trump and tried to put him in jail. And let's be fair, yes, he is corrupt, but dude, there should have been a due process first, and not put his ass in jail with no due process. And now he's gone a bit of a mad cow recently, but you know what? Safe to say that they pretty much deserved it at this point. Anyways, we'll talk about him in the next video, but we'll continue talking about New York. You see, New York City is the land of billionaires and capitalists, or the beginning of the new form of capitalism. Now, it has turned into a socialist playbook. Oh gosh. Sounded very cringe when I said it, but it won't be later on, because it's gonna be true. And I can tell you this, there's gonna be a rise in rent and taxes, rise in New York City under Madani. You don't know why that is? Because he hates capitalism. You know who else hates capitalism? Cuomo and Suiva. I know it's crazy, but none of them like unregulated capitalism. And no one's gonna talk about it. Seriously, nobody is. I know that's hard to believe, but we really need a true America First patriot for mayor of New York and everywhere in America. We gotta stop worshiping the two-party undemocratic system. Yes, undemocratic. You heard that right. And the best we can do is just vote for an independent that is not named Andrew Cuomo. But I know that's hard. But seriously, New York really needs much better leadership than those three. And I hate to break it to you, Squeeva is not going to win. Neither is Cuomo. And sadly, you're going to have an anti-Zionist, pro-jihadist candidate win. And I know that's not going to make very many people happy, but that's where New York's going to go. The best you can do right now, at least if I was in the shoes of a citizen of a New York City, is to leave as soon as possible. Or fight back. Or just leave altogether. But I'm just using my perspective and some of the things that I kind of not know about New York City. But what I do know is that history repeats itself over and over again. We've seen it with London, we've seen it with Berlin, and we kind of seen it in Paris. Yeah, France, and even Canada. Maybe even Australia too, but those are recent examples of what failed leadership looks like. By the way, I'm a radical advocate of radical conservatism and radical libertarianism, aka far-right libertarian conservatism, which I'm the total opposite of the far left. The total opposite. I'm a radical of peace. They're the radical of terrorism and war. That's the difference right there. Which means I'm the Zohar Madani of the right. That's what I am. And the AOC of the right. Which is a pretty dangerous combo, but the truth is, that's going to make America masculine again. And that's what we need, is more masculine leadership. Embracement of fatherhood and family. And even unregulated capitalism and innovation. How awesome would that be if New York City was that? And look, human rights won't be ignored, so there's that. But that's the beacon of hope. And speaking of, did you know that New York was Trump's home? And now his home has turned into a shithole. And look, there have been many movies of New York being in destruction. And now it's here. It's here and right now. And the best you could do is arm yourself and be prepared to defend your sovereignty. It applies everywhere else you go. Just saying. Especially someone that's been hunting for 4 years. I can tell you one thing. You have to always have your eyes peeled. Doesn't matter if it's deer, doesn't matter if it's an enemy, always be prepared. Doesn't matter where you go, always be prepared at all times. And the last thing I will say about the state of New York City is that the inevitability will always fight back, whether it's positive or negative. And with that in mind, that's it for today's video. If you enjoy videos like this, and you want to support me even further than last time, like and share, turn on notifications down below, and subscribe to the Alex Banister channel, if you are willing to do that as soon as possible. Now, gentlemen, if you truly believe in making masculinity great again, nationally and internationally, then join Project Masculinity Discord down below, and you won't regret it. We also have weekly Zoom calls in the event link down below as well. So jump in whenever you can. And yeah, the times might change depending on how my life is going, but for now, it'll be every Wednesday morning for an hour and a half. If you believe in freedom and liberty, then join the One Liberty Vision Telegram down below. And if you want to submit the clips, videos, and articles, contact me on alexbanister785gmail.com and send me an email of some kind for the next video or the video reaction or interviews. And with that in mind, that is it for today's video. Take the golden pill. The revolution is now. If you like videos like this, and you're actually interested in videos like this one that just happened recently, do me a favor, like and share and comment down below and subscribe to this channel right here and right now. With that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, Innovator.